Okay, so hello everyone. For this video, I'll be teaching you how to get a JSON from a URL in your Android application. So let's create a new project here, and then I'll be selecting CMT views activity, then click next. So for this one, I'll be using Java as my programming language, and then I'll name this project as demo JSON. So, and then everything is okay. So click finish. Then let's wait for the Gradle to be built.
6 hours later.
Okay, so the Gradle seems to be okay now. Let's open our application. So this is our Java main activity. This is our XML. And then this is our manifest file. So for this one, I'll be using the org.json import. With this, I need to add the implementation sa Gradle natin. So click nyo lang tong build.gradle. Then look for dependencies, no? And add tayo dito for JSON parser natin. Then implementation. Open and close parentheses. Ang lagyan si org.json dot or colon JSON. Tapos yung version niya, no? So, this version, I think, would work naman. So, you may check, no? Na lang kung anong difference ng mga iba-ibang version. So, I'll be using this one. And then, as you can see, Gradle first have changed. So, since kaka-add lang nito, we need to do sync now, ano? So that it will propagate sa buong project natin. So, wait lang natin mag-sync. And then, after mag-sync, we can start coding na. So, for this one, kukuha tayo ng JSON files through URL. And then, ipaparse natin siya, i-get natin yung data. And then, I'll just log it sa logcat window natin. So, let's go to our main activity. And then, for the URL, meron tayong tinatawag na placeholder URL or placeholder or fake URL for JSON just to demonstrate, no? In real world system, of course, the API should be coming from your backend. So since for this one is demonstration lang ng Android app how to get the data, I'll be just using yung mga placeholder JSON here. Then to make it simple, I'll just select one of it. So ito yung structure niya. You have the array of objects. No? Tapos sa loob ng object may user ID, ID ng post, title, and body. So I'll be selecting lang sa one of the posts. So mag-add lang ako ng one dito para isa lang yung kukunin natin, no? For the demo purposes. So let's go back to our project. And then dito, we will be building our JSON fetch method, no? So gawa tayo ng private void na mag-fetch lang na. So fetch JSON data. So this one would get the JSON data sa API na yon or dun sa URL na nakita ko earlier. And ilalag natin yung data lang. So with this one, we need to declare a string. So string, then URL that will hold our URL. No? So kunin natin yung URL dito. Copy-paste lang natin yan. And then after that, we will build yung connection, no? So establish connection to URL. So this one requires a try catch block. So mag-try catch tayo. Try, and then if there's a problem dun sa URL, there could be an error, no? Or basically doon sa JSON object. So to simplify, i-generate ko muna na generic exception lang. Catch, no? Try catch and then our exception E. Tapos, log tayo that ito na lang. So, lagyan ko lang ng key na JSON para alam natin siya. And then, siguro error. JSON because JSON yung project. Tapos, kunin lang natin yung message nung ano natin. Exception. Ayan. Then, within the try catch block, dito na tayo code, no? So, let's call the URL class ni ni Java. Then, URL. So, convert natin sa URL yung string natin ng URL. And then, URL string. No? So, let's rename this one. URL string na lang to. Tapos, siya yung dito. So, mag-error yan kasi wala pang import. So, just import the class. So, siya si java.net.url. So, next, pag naging URL na siya, so, let's need to connect sa protocol, which is HTTP URL connection. And then, I'll name this con as connection. And then, HTTP URL connection, cache lang natin siya sa URL dot open connection. So, it will start connecting doon sa URL na yan. Then, pag connected na, we will extract yung information. So, since we will just retrieve data, get method lang gagamitin natin. So, con dot set request method. Then, okay na dito yung get. Yeah. So, since you're just receiving data. Then, next would be, once request has been set, no, request method, we need to read yung information or yung data. So, gawa tayo ng buffered reader so that it could handle more data. Reader is equals to new buffered reader. Yan. And then inside it is C input stream, no? So input stream reader. Tapos yung connection natin that get input stream. So si get input stream, siya yung mag-retrieve ng data doon sa URL. And then it should be stored in a input stream reader since hindi ko naman to i-reuse, kaya yung instantiation niya within the parameter na lang. With yung object niya dito, ano lang siya, parang anonymous style of object. And then, buffered reader, para mabasa niya. And then, ito yung mag-hold nung JSON later. Yeah. So, reader will hold the data. And then, we need to transfer it to a string, no? So you need to create a string. And since per line ang read niya, per line yung read niya. So when you go back to our URL, per line niya babasahin to. Yan, per line. So una curly brace muna, ganyan. So you need to build it as JSON. So kaya string builder yung gagamitin natin. Yan, string builder. Tapos yung builder na to is for our JSON, kaya JSON builder na yung pangalan niya. And then, instantiate new string builder. Then, string line. No? Siya yung mag-retrieve ng per line. And then, yung builder, siya yung magbubuo ng JSON. So, while, extract natin isa-isa. While yung line equals reader dot get read or dot read line. Ayan, babasahin niya per line. And then hanggang hindi yan equal to null, meaning may nare-retrieve pa siyang string, no? So, i-build natin siya kay JSON builder. So, append. Actually, kahit JSON lang yung pangalan niya. And then, yung line. So, babasahin lang niya lahat yon. And then, i-append lang niya. So, mabubuo ulit yung structure na to later on. Okay, so, let's see kung may mga tama naman lahat. And then, after that, we don't need to use the reader na, so we can close the connection. Ayan. Then, starting here, extract JSON data. Ayan. So, gagamit na tayo dito ng org.json na import. So, automatic mo siya mag-import. I-ano na lang natin. So, kanya JSON object. Ayan. Then, JSON is equals to new JSON object. Then, ang parameter niya, yung string builder natin, si JSON string natin, to string. Kasi builder siya. Gawin natin siyang string. Automatic, it will import naman yung org.json object. So, ito yung mga imports natin earlier. Si buffered reader, input stream, URL, HTTP, URL connection. So, once naging string na to, ibig sabihin, ma-extract na natin to as JSON object, no? And then, since inside this just a single JSON object, so you can access na yung mga name value pair natin, no? So, user ID, title, body. So, we can just maybe extract na lang. So, int ID is equals to JSON.getInt. Since int siya, then name or key is ID. So, ito siya. And then, next will be string. I-title po natin. Equals to JSON.getString yan. Yan, getString. And then, title po natin yan. Then, lastly, yung body. Actually, yung parang post yan siguro. Ito mahaba na to. Yan yung body. So, body get JSON string body. Ayan. So, we are able to extract na yung JSON object natin and then ito yung mga data niya. In case you're dealing with, in reality, no, usually, we don't extract the data like this one. Meron tayong class that is a data model that represents yung data na to, tapos doon natin siya nilalagay, no? So, for just to simplify this demonstration, ganito lang siya. So, it's up to you how to re-engineer na lang yung code. So, ano lang natin to, ilag lang natin. So, string result is equals to, lagyan na natin, build na natin sa ID, no? Tapos, lagay lang natin yung ID. Ayan. And then, comma. Ang next natin is, or new line na lang natin. Pwede naman to. So, title, colon, space. Next natin si title. And then, next will be /n. Yung post niya, yung data sa body. So, plus body. Ayan. So, this one, we will just log it sa logcat natin. Kulang ng class. So, call natin yung log class that d, no? And then, yung key natin JSON na lang para mabilis ma-search. And then, yung result. Yan, output lang natin siya. So, in case you have an array, extract mo pa yung array within it, tapos maglo-loop ka. You can use yung lazy for loop na for each, no, to extract all the data. And you can also check if yung yung length niya kung ilan yung data niya sa loob. So, ganun. And sometimes, API minsan ito, array minsan hindi. Although, usually standard naman pag array dapat yung laman niya. So, although may function na is array for JSON array, no? To check whether array siya or object siya din, no? Meron din nun. So, we have this one, and then we can actually run na ito. Pero, this kind of approach should be a asynchronous task, no? Or parang background process siya dapat. And since, tawag dito, we don't have, or hindi naman tayo nag-implement ng asynchronous approach, we need to allow sa main thread natin, which is this is our main thread, no? At to conduct, or to allow, no? Yung JSON fetch method natin in the main thread, no? Kasi that background siya, no? Service na mangyayari. Yun yung proper approach, no? Yan. To demonstrate lang para mabilis. So, strict. Parang i-ano lang natin siya. Pupush lang natin siya na i-allow, no? Thread policy. Tapos, policy is equals to new strict mode. Thread policy that policy that thread policy builder, no? Then permit, parang alam, susuppress na lang natin or i-allow na lang natin siya. Yan. So kumbaga i-allow niya magkaroon ng parang background process para lang i-allow tong fetch JSON data natin method na mag-run, no? Kasi in real world application dapat nasa background process mo to ipapasa, hindi siya kinocall lang sa main thread, no? Para in case may ginagawa pang iba, no? Say walay na process siya. So after that, since in-override natin, so we can actually call the fetch JSON data. Yeah. So since this app will require you to access the internet, since URL to, di ba, connection. So, kukonect yan through the internet, gagamit sa internet. We need to add the permission here, no? So, uses, ayan, permission, ayan, then internet, ito, permission internet. Ayan, this will allow our application to use Wi-Fi connection or data. Ayan. I think Wi-Fi lang ito for this one. Let's see. It's closing pa pala. Ayan, so extra. Alam natin yung internet, and then pag nira natin to, i-allow natin sa main thread na magkaroon ng mag-call ng fetching task na fetch data, no? Ayan, and then magara na siya. So again, ang mga inad natin is implementation sa Gradle. Inad natin. So we add the internet, no? For the Android manifest, and then ito na yung code natin mismo. So we should be able to extract itong data dito sa placeholder JSON URL na yan. So try natin. Run lang natin siya, no? So for this one pa lang, you can actually extract kung ano man yung nandito. Since JSON to, kaya JSON siya. Pero kung website to, HTML yung makukuha nyo. Okay, so let's change this to 36 and then try ulit natin. Caused by org.gradle, then failure occur, executing task, check meta work action. Okay, try lang natin siya ulit i-build. Okay. So, we have problem ulit dito sa Android activity something. So, I'll just go here sa ano, last time. Ito. So, change ko lang to dito. And then, let's try it again. Nawala yung pag-run. So, i-rebuild natin. Clean muna natin. And, rebuild. Maximum. Okay, so babaan na lang natin to ng 9.2. Let's try this one. Rebuild natin. Hopefully, okay na tong isa na to. Okay, tayo natin close. Okay. Close project. Tapos, buksan na lang ulit. Okay, may nawawala. Natin. User ako. And then, punta tayo. That graded. Transformer. Caches. Tapos, burahin natin to. Parang ito yung problem. So, naka-open kasi. I-close muna natin yung mga project folder.
3 weeks later.
Okay, so nabura na siya. Let's open again our Android Studio. Don't send. And tayo natin kung magbibuild siya ulit.
Meanwhile.
Okay, so I think tapos na siya. Tayo natin siyang i-run. So, this is our emulator. Check natin. Look at, we're using itong 36. Oh, yan. So, nag-run na siya. Let's go back to Logcat. Then, hanapin natin yung JSON. Search natin yung JSON. Ito. Ayan. So, this is our log, no, JSON. Then, ID 1, which is pag bumalik ka dito, 1 yung ID niya. And then, you also have title. Ito. So, let's check. No, siya rin yun. And then, we have the body. Yan. So, yeah. That's how you use your JSON parser from or.json to extract or get JSON data from URLs, no, or backends. Okay. So, for posting ng data, if you want to post data, I was using Valley Android dati. However, not sure if same pa rin siya as of now. So you can check on that. No? Since this is more on retrieval lang, and in real world system, diba? We can post data through mobile papunta sa backend para ma-save siya. So you can explore on that. Yeah. So yeah, and try to apply background process para hindi na natin kailangan maglagay ng strict mode thread policy override. No? Ayan. Okay, so I think that's all for now.